Hey guys, welcome back to Coding Adda. Aditya this side, and particularly in this video, not in this video, particularly we are starting with a new series from today. This particular series is on a deep dive on GitHub Actions. Now that we have created projects, now that we have different kind of projects that we are building, there is a need for deployment. There is a need for building stuff that can help automate the entire process for deployment. And that's where GitHub Actions comes into picture. So from today, we'll be starting up a new series on GitHub Actions where we'll be understanding what are GitHub Actions, what are different components, and what are the different ways we can have actually implement this GitHub Actions. And along with that, a small project to be implemented, we are going to implement a blog automation process using GitHub Actions. So yeah, this is the first video of the entire series, and in this video we are going to cover what are basically GitHub Actions and how can GitHub Actions play a very important role when you are automating the entire process of CI/CD. So without any further delay, let's get into the computer screen. So what are GitHub Actions? GitHub Actions are a way provided by GitHub to automate your entire process for deployment. It can be continuous integration, continuous deployment, or either CI or either CD. So how do we understand that? What is the way you can implement that? Let's go into and understand on the following repo. So I have just opened my README repository where I have some automations which are regularly happening on the GitHub repository. So to understand what are GitHub Actions, the first thing you have to do is obviously you have a repository. I have a repository created. I will go to an Actions tab there, and here I can see there are various different actions that I have. So will not go in detail about that. We'll go into creating new workflows. So what are workflows? Workflows are basically a set of steps that are performed whenever you want to have triggered something or whenever there is a particular change that you want to trigger it. So there are different templates available for creating the workflows. They can be different for different use case, either for deployment. Let's say you want to deploy a Node.js application to a Azure Web App, Amazon ECS. Then you want to check the code quality. There is a workflow available for security as well, one for continuous integration, one for automations as well, and one for GitHub pages, like deploying your Next.js application or Next.js application using GitHub pages. So these are different kind of workflows that you can go with. And basically, just to give you an example, this is how a basic workflow would look like. This is a workflow that I have created, which helps update my YouTube README with the latest YouTube videos. So how does that happen? We'll understand in the next couple of videos in the entire series. So this is how a workflow would look like. This is where I'm setting up the job, checking out from the main branch, updating the README with YouTube activity, updating the repos README with the recent activity, and checking out and entirely completing the job. So this is basically how a GitHub Actions look like, and this is how you have a set of templates from which you can choose what kind of GitHub Actions you want to implement or what kind of GitHub Actions you want to go forward. In the next video, we are going to understand what are the different components that you can use for your GitHub Actions and understand all the components in detail one by one. So this was it for the video. If you like the video, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. See you guys in the next one. Until then, bye-bye.